Good morning, everybody. My name is Raquel Black. I am Kiani, born for Ashimhe. My Nellies are Total Jeepney, and my Chays are Sanjukinna. I am the co-working manager for Change Labs here at the Super City eShip Hub. And what I do is I manage the physical space here at the building. If you're not aware of our new space that we have just opened up earlier this summer, we have our co-working space that we've been having in the works for several years now. And then I also manage our online tools, such as the workshops like the one we're hosting today, and then several resources and events on our social media, our website. I manage a lot of those for Change Labs. So thank you for being here with us today. Trying to find all my tabs. I'm a member of the Navajo Nation from Shanto, Arizona. Thank you so much for being with us today. I'd like to give a brief introduction to Change Lab before we get started today. And if you're not familiar with our organization, this would be a great, really quick insight for you guys. Change Lab is a Native-led and Native-controlled nonprofit organization based on the Navajo and Hopi reservations. Our commitment lies within supporting Native entrepreneurs by providing creative workspaces and relevant tools, resources, and knowledge to help them thrive. We're based in Tuba City, Arizona, and we aim to boost the entrepreneurial landscape on the Navajo Nation. We're not just about programs. We're reshaping how Native communities view entrepreneurship. We shine a spotlight on community role models, such as our guest speaker today, creative supportive network of peers and mentors. We enhance leadership skills and nurture a growing community of entrepreneurs. And we think of it more than a mission, it's a movement towards positive change. And here we have our mighty team that helped make Change Lab the great organization that it is today. Together, we foster the creation and growth of Native-owned small businesses. Next, I'd like to talk about one of our programs, the Kinship Lending Program, which one of our guest speakers here today is part of. Kinship Lending is a microloan program that we lend up to $5,000. Change Labs alumni are actually eligible for up to $10,000. Our Kinship Director, Christine Laughter, and our loan officer, Swarvoski offer a financial education program and business coaching as part of their program. This fall, actually, of 2023, the Kinship cohort is now they're now going on with about 19 business owners, and altogether they'll be receiving $156,000 in loans to strengthen their business. 14 of the current borrowers are Change Lab alumni, either Kinship or Incubator, which is really, really exciting. I think that's the record for us here at Change Lab. Applications for the next cohort will begin very soon, actually, early in 2024. So if you are interested in kinship lending, learning what it's about, and possibly applying for the program, you can reach out to Swarvoski here today, or I can connect you guys with the kinship lending team. You can also visit our website at nativestartup.org/kinship lending. And let's discuss co-working. Earlier this summer, we completed construction on our brand new building, conveniently located right next to the Super City Chapter House. I can see it just outside our window. We're on Main Street, just north of the Chapter House. The space offers a range of valuable services to benefit your business. Among these services, you can expect desk-based, Wi-Fi access, color printing, in-person coaching sessions, workshops, networking events, and so much more. We actually just had a holiday bazaar and party here a couple of weeks ago, so that was really fun. It was really cold too, so if you're here for that, you know what I'm talking about. Our commitment to supporting local entrepreneurs and business owners at our new eShip Hub here is continually evolving. So we're always eager to hear your voices and your ideas on how we can better serve our local communities. If you have any suggestions on how this co-working space can enhance your business, please don't hesitate to reach out and share them with us. We're thrilled to introduce this space to everybody in our community. It's designed to facilitate the growth and development of your business. Next, I'd like to talk about our business coaching, which is part of our co-working space. We offer free virtual appointments with any of our business coaches. Our coaches are available on Tuesdays. It used to be Mondays, now it's Tuesdays. And they each have their own area of expertise depending on the kind of support you're looking for. Our coaches are able to assist you in areas from marketing to accounting and bookkeeping systems, or if you're just starting out, they can assist you with creating a business model and navigating the Navajo Nation system for things such as your business site lease and registering with the Navajo Nation Business Regulatory. You can find more information or book your appointment with any one of our coaches at the link here, nativestartup.org/events. And if you have any trouble with making your appointment, you can definitely reach out to me as well, and I can help you get that set up. Next, we currently have over 50 recorded sessions and discussions similar to this one today. They're each designed for Native business owners and all led by other Native entrepreneurs and creators and others that are in our network as well. Our workshops have covered topics such as social media marketing, website design, doing business on the Navajo Nation, and a lot more. It's a growing archive of shared knowledge from other Natives who really want to see our Native people and their businesses thrive. To access many of our past recorded sessions, please visit the link on our channel here. Another great resource we have to offer are our social media channels. We're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and I highly recommend you check those out and follow those pages for regular postings and updates. Change Labs like to share posts from many of our partners as well and others in our network for great opportunities and resources that we think and we feel like would be useful for our Native creators and business owners and entrepreneurs. And lastly, Change Labs has been curating our own list of Native entrepreneurs and small business owners. So if you're in the market for finding other Native service providers or Native-made products, we currently have over 600 Native-owned businesses listed here for you to browse. And if you're a Native business owner or entrepreneur yourself, and you have services and products that you'd like to promote, please feel free to add yourself. It's fairly simple and it's a free process. And then you can visit the site here at resrising.org. All right. Now, before I get started and turn it over to our guest speakers for today, I want to touch base on our workshop etiquette and how we can be respectful of our guest time today. We do ask that you stay on mute during the presentation unless you're called upon, but please feel free to populate the chat box with all of your questions and your comments, and we'll make sure to read them through and get to them before the session ends today. And then a reminder, our session is being recorded today and will be available on Change Lab YouTube channel later this week. And if you have any questions at all about any of my slides just now, or about Change Labs in general, you can feel free to reach out to me at raquel@nativestartup.org, or you can visit the Change Labs website at nativestartup.org. All right. All right, we're introducing one of our speakers for today is Change Labs' very own Swarvoski Little. Swarvoski is our loan officer for our kinship lending program. And with his guest speaker today, I'm going to turn it over to him. And thank you, Swarvoski, for being here.
Hello. Hope everyone's having a great holiday season. And welcome to our workshop series for Change Labs. Today we'll be talking about networking basics, and I have Ahsaki here. So if we want to get to the slide deck, please, so we can get some introductions going and get into talking about networking. Well, yes, so Ahsaki, she is the founder and CEO of Ahsaki Beauty, which is the first Native American luxury skincare and cosmetics Native American owned company in the United States. And she also owns other products as well. One of them is her coffee company. And we actually have some of her coffee here today. If you have Facebook or Instagram, I'm sure we'll be posting some pictures from today on there. I think we're making the mint mocha right now here in the Change Labs eShip Hub. And yes, thank you so much for coming.
No problem. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Okay, great. And yes, so let's get to the slides. And so, as I mentioned, networking basics. And here's a little bit about both of us there. And so this is a little bit about what we'll be talking about today. Of course, the beginning, number one, what is networking? What does it mean? Why do people do it? And do you do it? Like, are you networking? And then later on, we'll talk about some of the different ways, you can network for your business. And people also network for themselves personally, but for today, we'll focus on business. And so, yes, if you can go to the next slide, please. So networking is a valuable skill that you can open, various opportunities, not only for yourself personally, but for your business. And really what you're doing is you're engaging, specific, individuals or, organizations or, to try to accomplish, to make that connection. And so what does networking mean to you?
The cliche term that everyone says is network is your net worth. And I really stand on that is because as you're growing your business, it's very important that the people that is surrounding your business as you're building it, it can either, scale your business to higher heights, or you use it to learn. Everyone a part of your journey, you may not be able to use their resources or their contact at that very moment, but just always have it back of your head that, maybe when I'm here in my business, I could probably contact this person here, A, B, or C. So just always knowing that, just get as much contact as you can, get to know as many people as you can, and again, always remember your network is your net worth. So yeah.
All right, thank you. And so this question is like mainly, it'll be for everyone, even here inside here at the eShip Hub. Do you actively participate in networking activities? Let us know in the chat there. For everyone online. And I think a lot of us are naturally network, but and for what we'll talk about today, it's going to be more of like a focused kind of a business networking kind of approach, as far as what you're setting goals and trying to figure out exactly what you're trying to do. Why are you going to this conference? Is it in your industry that you're doing business for, or is this a networking event where there's going to be a bunch of different businesses there, to where maybe you're trying to find like a certain type of a business owner or a service that you're looking for. And so so thank you for commenting, Kyle. Looks like you said networking goes both ways. Didn't have time to read the rest of that. But okay, great. Thank you so much for putting that in the chat. And we can go to the next slide, please. And so the first thing is to prepare, like for anything that you're planning on doing. You want to prepare as well as set goals, because that helps you, kind of figure out like exactly what you're trying to accomplish. And so when you do that, it's easier for you to align and to create, to yield results. And so here are a couple things that you can do to prepare and set goals. One of them is to define your objectives, clearly outlining exactly what you're trying to achieve when you're networking. And so whether you're trying to create new business partnerships, or you're trying to learn something about your industry. Is there something different? Maybe you're out of the game for, in tourism or something, and you don't know what's going on. And so you might want to ask folks like, what's going on in your market, or, just doing more research and, things like that. Just like Ahsaki said, you're learning and having specific goals, really helps you, get to that, getting to those results. And of course, research and identifying who your targets are. And targets are more like, it's more of trying to align and put people into your path that you're trying to, get into your circle. And so some of that might be, if it's going to be a certain individual, let's say your company might need some legal services. And so when you go to like, an event and you're meeting all these different people, and you find that one attorney or lawyer that is going to provide the specific service that you're needing, you might run into them and they might give you their business card. And so stuff like that. And, organizations, if you're looking for a specific company to do some type of service for you, or if you're trying to partner for a certain type of, you're trying to create a product or something, or events, like we have the Navajo Nation Economic Summit, where all business owners who are Navajo or in the area, business owners around the area, are invited to participate and come out to, I think, Twin Arrows Casino. That's a big networking event to meet a lot of other business owners who are Navajo. So there's stuff like that, and and that's probably going to be something you want to plan for. And so and just having that on your radar as far as like getting prepared for that. Did you have anything else for this one?
So, as a businesswoman with multiple businesses, networking is really the vital source of building all the businesses at once. And what I like about it, how all my businesses work, not only just like the beauty brand, the coffee, the music industry, logistics, and our nonprofit, being able to build businesses that you can use your network to branch into your other businesses if you do have multiple businesses. So when you're building your business, you're always reminding yourself that you're really building a community around your business so it can truly grow. Because we're all not just in business just to say we're business owners. Like, we all have real goals to truly, make a positive impact on our homeland here, the Nepakea, our homeland here. Like, it's so important that each and every one of us, we use each other as resources. You use each other as, just colleagues, because being in business, it's lonely. You're only a business person knows all the struggles that you're going through, whatever industry you're in, those long nights, those early mornings, those frustrating times, and the high and low, timeline you're going through. Like, you have great months, and then you have droughts where you're like way down here, and only a business owner knows those feelings and, being able to just get through it. So we do need to continue to build this community within our Navajo business ecosystem that we got going on here, at the same time being able to branch out to other Native nations, because I truly do believe that this is the key to strengthen our Native nations together. We as business owners, we are the source, we are the vessel, we are the machine to truly create, what we want for our future generations to come. So what we do together as a collective, we are the ones to set that platform. So our children will inherit our businesses, or, be able to obtain that generational wealth one day, so that we have a better, stronger than nation and Native nations as a whole. So that's how I use making sure when you do plan for your business, plan as far as you can see, even if we don't see it in this lifetime. I have some goals. I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like be Coco Chanel and never see it where it is today. Just be that old Sani lady, and hope I get to see it. What I do dream to be. But just to continue to dream big, and just be mindful that we're all family, we're all relatives. We're gonna be relation-wise, maybe distant clanship-wise, but still the net, and we are all together, and together we are strong. So that's how I see our networking.
Yes. Great, thank you for that. Great, design your brand. And so so you can go to the next slide as well. Thank you. So for this one, this is also in the preparation stage. Before you're out, in public talking to folks, you want to make sure that the first thing you want to do is develop a sort of elevator pitch for yourself or for your business. And, you want to make sure that you're hitting on all of the highlights that surround, specific things, like you're trying to sell, not to sell, but like to, things that are interesting for folks to kind of connect with you about, like your skills, your experiences, and like what your business does. And kind of letting people learn about exactly what your business is trying to do. Like for Change Labs, when we do or at least when I do my elevator pitch, we talk about, helping Native American entrepreneurs, start businesses. And then after that, we talk about, all of our different, all the different sectors that make up Change Labs as a whole. And we have the eShip Hub, we have entrepreneurial support, we have our kinship lending program, and we talk about how all of these different things like make up Change Labs and helps us accomplish what our main mission is. And so, it's kind of like that. And so if you can develop something like that, you can have something ready to kind of sell. And this is and they call it an elevator pitch because it has to be in a short amount of time. Because because in the elevator you're only going up a few floors, and so you're talking to someone pretty quickly. And so that's why you want to have certain things to highlight in what that's going to be. So if you're selling tires or something, you want to tell them what got you started, why you're selling tires, all these different things. And so, it kind of includes all of that. And, and if the person is interested in, talking to you more about that, or if you're wanting to talk to them more about what they're doing, it's more of an exchange as well. And so, so that, so you'll have the exchange of like, and the other person will probably most likely tell you what they do as well. And the other thing too is you want to make sure that now we're in a, we've been in a digital age for how long now? So everything is online. So you want to make sure that your online profiles and your company websites are up to date and they reflect your personal, like, your professional persona, and just making sure that, all your photos are up to date, your skills, your accomplishments, everything is up to date. Just to, because people are going to be like, okay, like, I want to see what their website is. Where are they selling? Where can I find them? Do they sell online? All these different things. And so making sure that all of that is ready to go really helps you with that. How do you design your brand as far as for us?
I believe we saw a question, so can we hear the elevator pitch? So I have like multiple elevator pitches depending on who I'm talking to. So when I'm on the res, like I'm here at home, and a lot of us who truly speak Navajo, I'm very bilingual when I'm at it. So they're like, what is your business? And then I'm like, okay, well, Ashabiri Eya, Anit Bahayato, Anit Najana Olsen. Which means, in translation, I didn't know what to say makeup was going to be. So I'm like, describe what it does. So I would say that really quickly, and I'll translate it of like, skincare, to take care of your skin, like your face. And then like you want to beautify it, you want to enhance it. So you guys see my red lipstick. I love a red lipstick. I like a no makeup look. And from there, that's kind of like how I would try, depending on who I'm talking to. I can't say this to, non-native, maybe like, what are you saying? So that's how I would break my elevator pitch, depending on who is my audience. Yeah. And then I'll go directly into, where my products are being sold. We're sold at Macy's.com soon with a few retailers. I can't say anything yet. Sign an NDA. So, and then you can buy my products at our ahshibeauty.com. That's AHSHI beauty.com. Just follow me at all our social media platforms. And then I go into, you can buy my product at our retailer partners at Macy's.com. And then from there, I do that there. And just to like knock off of all the things that Swarvoski was saying. And then when they go to the website, and then you'll see all the products and all the things. But really, they like, depending, again, we're here on the res, they first thing want to know, like, who are you? So I'll do a quick intro of who I am, my clans, where I'm from. I'm from Beishbito. Beishbito, there's between, it's off 264 between Steamboat and Jeddah Beishbito. So that's where I'm from. So I'll put that all together. But yeah, so that's just really what I'll do. But if it's a financial, if I'm looking for an investor or anything like that, then then I have to go with the big numbers and have to be very strategic too. You don't want to be too aggressive. You just just have to like check it out. So the best way I could explain when I do that in reality, so I'm from a rodeo family. So when I'm talking about like, I have to see what it is. So I'm from my husband ropes professionally. My sister also ropes. So it's just like you're looking at your what calf you got, and you're like, okay, you go see the calf pin. You're like, all right, that one looks fast. Does that one even run? That one's laying down. No, I hope I don't get that one. That's not going to run. So you're being able to just you look at who you're talking to, and you'll like just be able to like gauge yourself for like should I have a very very cold like approach to it where I'll just be very chill or I'm going to be very aggressive. Like, I need X amount for X amount. I'll be willing to give you X amount. Or it just all depends on just the conversation. But really, I'm very quick of just saying, Asha Beauty is a first American prestige beauty brand. We probably operate on and off the Navajo Nation. And pretty much that's really, really it. And they see everything. That's great. But that's how I do it. It all depends on exactly who I'm talking to. That's the best way I gauge my elevator pitch. And again, I try not to. Right now, I'm just talking, but really my elevator pitch is like less than 25 seconds, if that. 15 on a real good day.
All right, thank you. Yes, so if you want to go to the next slide, please. And this one here is an example of Ahsaki Beauty, their website. And so there's an example there. And if we want to go to the next slide as well. And so this one is, this is the one part where you're actually going to engage, and you're at the networking event, you're talking to someone in the elevator. And so this is when you're actually in action. And so can you go to the next slide, please? So you're going to engage, and you're not only engaging. So what you're doing also when you're connecting with other people is you're also trying to build that relationship too. And so as for a starter here, we have 10 networking events, and this can really be any kind of event. It can be an actual networking event. It can be, conferences. You could be meeting someone in an airport. You could be talking to someone, while you're getting your coffee, and maybe you'll have your business tag on you or something, and someone may ask you about your logo, and then there you go. And you never know who you're going to run into too. The flea market, thank you for that. And so, and that's the thing too. In the flea market, you're meeting so many people. So if you have, tangible products that you're selling, that's a good way to meet a lot of folks too. You'll be in the community. It is a community center, it seems, for a lot of people to engage. Here at Change Labs, of course, if you come to one of our events, all of our events at Change Labs really are networking events. We meet so many different types of people that come through our doors, and this next year we're planning on having a lot more, especially the kinship networking events. We're looking at more of those, and so in a lot of these events, so you definitely want to initiate your conversations. You don't want to be just in the back corner, just quiet,
eating all the food.
Eating all. This is where the courage comes in. Once you start doing it, it's going to come easy to you. You're not going to be so shy anymore. This is where because it takes you to do the initiative to go out there and because you're trying to sell your company. And this is a great way to meet new people and to learn to talk to people, to learn how to find a common ground, or there's a couple there, finding common ground and sharing interests, to strengthen connections, and one of those, especially if you're going to one of our events, is that we're all Navajo, and so for me, I would love to meet all the Navajo business owners. I want to know what your business is doing. Where is your business located? Are you an online company? What do you do? How can we help? Here at Change Labs, how can we help you? We have so many different tools here that we can offer to business owners, wide-ranging things. And so it's just, and to create that network and to build that on Navajo is really one of our end goals and part of our mission. And so, so that's, that's a part of the engage and the, where you want to start building that relationship. And how do you engage and build relationships when you get into that zone?
Oh my goodness. So we as the net people, we already have a built-in network system with our plan system, period. Yeah. So, we all will do our rounds of clans. So you'll know who maybe is, your own clan. Again, I'm Tkapaha. So maybe I see someone that's depending on hey sister, and I'm all hey, we're sisters now. Our plan says so. We are Water Edge, we're Beach Baby, so we're on the same link. So you're on my team. And then I'm also Nakisa. I'm African American, and then Chachere Yang Sanjikine, and then my Nalis are African American Nakisa. So being able to see us, like, where's all the couple homes, where all the Sanjikin is at, and then then because we have clan systems and the clan group, we're like, all right, so who's on my water clan? Who's on the Sanjikin clan? All right, where are the other sister clans? So being able to just be able to greet and build that relationship too, you never know who that person is, because that's even deeper. And when we do business, and we're networking, the best thing for us is to always, like, we already have the blueprint. We as the net people, we are no stranger of being entrepreneurs. We already had this. We already were silversmiths. We already had that trade and business going. We're already ranchers because we already have our sheep and our cattle and everything. We're already the farmers. So we were in the agricultural business. Like, we were already there. So we had our own pharmacy, and we have our Ahsakis and our herbalists. So we already have it. Now it's just being able to balance our traditional way of life and this modern world, and always being able to protect our businesses and being around like-minded people in business that's, going to be able to stand strong and protect that, because, our culture is not for sale. Our culture is sacred, our language we use when we pray, so knowing how sacred our language is and everything else that we do, and then what we want to do now in our businesses, like, we just have, that's our responsibility as Navajo business owners, as Native business owners, is to protect just that. And when we work together, back to that community, our business community, continue to work together, then we could, as a collective, are be able to together. And the best way to represent ourselves is ourselves. We don't need none of nobody to represent ourselves. And that's what I really, admire about Change Labs and in the mission, and just watching them build and grow and being a part of their network and being part of their community. That's also my strength. I was building Asha Beauty and LaFrance Coffee and LaFrance Management and all the other businesses I have. 4 Arrows, logistics, 4 Arrows, boots, all of it. It's just being able to have that community here and just working with like-minded people that truly want to see a better, stronger economy here on Navajo. So finding those right people and just staying close with them, and again, just growing together.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, great. Let's see the next slide, please. And this is kind of going to be like the after the engagement. So you're done. You got your business cards. And if you've been networking, you're getting those business cards for sure. Like, it's stack, like every time. And so we'll talk more about the follow-up and how to maintain and manage those relationships. The next slide, please. So here's a couple ways to, because after you do the engagement and you're starting to build that relationship, you're going to want to follow up, with just so that this, because I don't know how many people we all meet every day. Lots of people. It's hard to remember people that we meet, but if you're following up, they're going to remember you. And one of the ways to do that, of course, is to send an email. Everyone has emails nowadays. Maybe even a phone call. Maybe you want to schedule a meeting with them to talk later. Especially if it's someone who you're probably going to get a service from, or you need, you're both going to be working on something together. You're probably going to already set up a meeting. And so, and then after that, of course, for anyone else you just ran into, you definitely want to express appreciation for whatever conversation you had and the time, that you both spent, talking to each other and learning about each other's business and meeting each other. And that's where, a lot of that is, what becomes helpful later with that is that, maybe I think you mentioned this earlier, is like, maybe this person might not be able to, you might not see, like a way to work with them right now, but you never know, down the road, you might need something to work on together, or to partner with, or to like a service or something. and then you might need to call them up later for, to help you. And the other thing too is if, you're not only trying to serve yourself, we're trying to build a network, so this other person might have said, I need my water hauled or something, or we need some service, and they're like, we just can't find anyone. I didn't find anyone here for that. But then you might know someone who does that, and that's when you're like, well, I know someone, and then you connect them to that person, and there you have it. They have they have someone to help them get their business going in whatever fashion or whatever they're needing. So it's really like a give and take. It's really like a community too that you're building. Ahsaki mentioned that. And the other thing too is you want to maintain regular communication with them, keeping in touch, and check-ins, sharing, if you're wanting to learn more about different things, like if you're in the same, kind of like, if you're like in the same industry, or if you're trying to share information, you might want to, you're probably going to be doing that. And so, there's a tool that I have here for that, and we'll talk about it here shortly. But before we get there, what do you do when you're following up and kind of taking care of these new relationships that you're making?
Ooh, it all depends again, like who I'm talking to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So 9 out of 10 are asking what lipstick you're wearing, or what type of foundation I'm wearing, or what is my shade? That's the number one. And I'm like, I'll look at them and I'm like, okay, you're C85. And I would probably just send a quick sample for them to try. And then after they try it, they're hooked. Got them. Or, we both have a love for coffee. I was like, oh, hey, all right, I'll send you a bag of coffee. Then they're going to remember me. And then they're hooked. You made them move. But it's like, again, it's a give and take. And, I feel like just those little things, like, being personal with them, like, oh, that she sent me a small little foundation sample, or oh my gosh, she sent me a cake cup or a bag of coffee, and then that email, that conversation just gets a lot more easier, because they know, like, a lot of people don't want to feel like they're being used to, like at network events, you get all these cards, and people just like a one-way street. I saw another comment earlier, was like, it goes both ways. It truly does go both ways. Like, you're gonna have to be able to just see where you can meet them halfway, what kind of service that you can also provide. Maybe, this guy doesn't wear makeup, but I'm like, okay, but you drink coffee. Here you go. We can still work together. You have a girlfriend? You have daughters? You have aunties? Okay, I know you got aunties. Everyone on the res have aunties. Well, tell them about my business, So there's just so many ways. And then that follow-up is very important. My sister, she does all like my emails to follow up. I'll just send her a whole list. And then she'll just like send like, hey, thank you we met at so-and-so event. It was nice meeting you. Here's my contact information. And then we'll send that out. But I do talk to so many people, so forgive me if I don't remember you. Like, I do remember you, I remember your face, but it's just like, I'm bad with names. So it's so good that we do take a picture. So I'm like, okay, that's this person. Okay, that's this person. But it gets sometimes intense, and after we have that conversation, some more like, okay, we refresh the conversation, because we're all guilty of that. We're humans. Yeah. If you go to res, if you go to Navajo Economic Summits, you go to the fair, you see so many people, and it's just like, it's impossible of being able to remember everybody. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, I wish I could. I remember your face. You met me, you met me. I'm like this. I'm just this big old butterfly. So, but yeah, so that's what's very important, to do a follow-up and just, make sure you do make that conversation, and you have little personal conversations in a way that you'll always remember. Like, oh, that's that lady I had that beautiful Naja necklace on. Oh, is that pretty lady with the pin? You know what I mean? And so it's just little things to just make a mental note. Like, that's the best way. If I see what their outfit's wearing, what they're wearing, and stuff like that, that helps me too. Yeah. But yeah.
Thank you. Okay, great. If you can, let's hear. Next slide. Yes, thank you. So here we have, here's a tool that we have here at Change Labs. It's the networking tracking form. And so, once you collect those, so pretty much it's like a spreadsheet that saves all the contact information once you run into someone, or at least when you come back home. So what you want to do is basically you want to collect the business cards, for the folks that you're wanting to keep in contact with, and you'll put them into this spreadsheet. And I also made separate tabs for each type of industry. So, I just did like the basics, if you want to find an accountant, a banker, or, specific types, other industries that you're trying to look for, or types of, service contractors or whatever, you can create those tabs for yourself. But this form really helps you, like, it helps you with the contact information, as well as, there's also like when you last spoke to that person, if there's any notes on the side, the notes can be like, well, we were talking about this, and they needed to send me this, or like whatever the conversations were about. The notes definitely help kind of keep you up to date on what those are. But yeah, so it's an easy tool to use. I think we're gonna put this in the chat. Do you have that one? Okay. Okay, awesome, thank you. So Raquel's gonna put this in the chat for everyone if you want a copy of it. And yeah, if you have any questions about the form, definitely ask us. It's very self-explanatory. You might want to, customize it yourself to add some more fields in there if you think there's some other things you might need in there to help you, manage all of these relationships. But it definitely helps you kind of like section everything out. A quick reference on the computer, when you need to keep in contact. And so here is going to be our question for everybody. We're kind of getting to the end of the presentation now. And how prepared are you for networking now? And so 1 being the least prepared, and 5 being the most prepared. After listening to us talk about how we network, and just how to prepare yourself all the way from preparation to following up, with those relationships that you're trying to build. Raquel will put the poll for the question out there for everyone to answer here shortly as well. And then after that, we'll start taking questions. If anyone has any questions, you can put them into the chat. Did you have any questions, Richardson? No. No? Okay.
You feel prepared for networking?
I'm always prepared.
Okay, awesome. I stay ready. I know how to get ready.
There are some questions in the chat.
Okay,
Okay, great.
One is from Kara. She asked if we could hear an elevator pitch.
Yeah, we saw that one earlier.
Okay, and then we have from Deborah. She says, our culture is focused on natural beauty. How is your elevator pitch usually received?
I like that question. That's my favorite one too. So because I'm from a family full of Native women, strong, Tenasserim women, and I was always taught that before I leave the house, I represent not just myself, but my entire family and where I'm from. And then, so while I'm building this beauty brand, now it's bigger than just my people from Bishpito. And I was like, okay, it's a whole tribe, and now bigger, like more Native nations. My brand, if you do follow it, I'm very big on natural beauty. I'm big on that no makeup look. I mean, like I do a pop of red color on my lips, 9 out of 10, but every day it's really just my brows and my tinted moisturizer, and out the door I go. A lot of people, like especially out west or east, like they know me. They always see my CF all the time because I've always worn my CF since I was little. And I feel like that is like one big identifier when we're out networking or building our businesses, especially off Navajo, is just the way we represent ourselves. Always wearing your dopeji or however. So my goal when I talk about, especially being a luxury brand, a prestige brand, we don't need the big cities. We don't need, the beautiful skylines, because our homeland, our landscape outdoes any big city skyline. In all the awesome, pretty like city lights, you know, we can walk outside at night and we have our beautiful stars that outshines Las Vegas for me. I'd rather look at our stars than them. So I was building a beauty brand, you know, knowing that being who we are is sacred, you know, and knowing that just I grew up very traditionally, so always having that mindset of respect and respecting yourself and respecting everyone around you is very, very important. And you're being beautiful inside and out, you know, and that's how I put that image out of natural beauty, you know, and just knowing that our makeup is known for our skin type. So we could be anybody. It doesn't matter as long, you know, all 5 finger being raw skin shades, you know, we pretty much have that entire foundation shade range. So I guess in a way, since there's so many now native beauty brands, I'm the Sani of the beauty brands. You know, very chill and, but yeah, so you'll probably, if you do follow me, see that I could be, on the red carpet at CMAs, but then I'm back at home sheep herding or with my animals, or you find me in Gallup getting propane and hay. So just being able to show that, you know, you can do both of it. You can be there, you can still be here, and you know, being home is what it is, and that's beauty through and through, with makeup on or without. So I have a skincare line and a cosmetic line, so you could do both.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hope I answered your question. I just elaborated and went storytelling.
Is there any more questions?
There's a question by Kyle. He's asking if there's any Chains Labs events for the Gallup area. And I'm not sure if Kinship has any coming up.
Well, we have we've been trying to have networking events. We're planning on having them move around the reds, just so that we have more people. It's closer to more people because the res is so big. So it's like, so we need to move it around so there's more people to have access to it. But yeah, definitely if you go to nativestartup.org, I would suggest going to nativestartup.org and going to our newsletter. Anytime we're posting anything, any events, any networking events, stuff like that, we'll post it there. So I would suggest signing up for that. Anything that we're doing. Also our social media platforms, Change Labs, we post everything there. If you're wanting to learn more, when those events are popping up, we usually blast them all over social media. So if you're wanting to learn about those events, we'll post them. But yeah, Gallup is definitely on our radar. We've had at least 2 of our kinship learning labs out in Church Rock, out at the Innovation Center for Navajo Technical University. So we have been out there. It's just, but that was more for just the kinship members who are in the cohort. But we have been wanting to do more, especially this next year, we have new programming coming out. So we'll be a lot more on the road and getting the news out there about different, all of our new programming that's coming out for 2024.
Okay. And then the next question is from myself. And then this question is for everybody in the audience too, if you want to enter your answer in the chat. But I'd like to know from our speakers today, what unlikely or unexpected connection led you to a pleasant surprise for yourself or your business or someone in your network? Like you're saying that a connection may not be for you at any specific time, but you may be able to refer them to another person in your network.
So I think not just being in the beauty world, I'm also in the music industry, so I'm in Nashville a lot. And recently, I walked the CMA red carpet, CMA Awards red carpet, and I wore Tanya June Raphael's rings, and I had Felix Earle's earrings on, and obviously his gown itself, and of course my makeup on. That was flawless. But when I was in media, I was doing all the interviews with all these different networks, and the biggest thing I'm just hoping is like they were asking, okay, who's your ring by? Who's your dress by? Who's your ring by? Who's your dress by? Oh my God. Blah, 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 blah. So I was like, yeah, this is it's all the net own. Like it's the net designer. He also made the earrings. So just being able to like tell them like, this is this person here, go see Felix Earl Couture. He's from Ganado area for my res. So hopefully those connections, they're filling up their inbox, and like a few different artists that we might know. They asked exactly like, oh my God, my wife wants this dress. How can I get this dress? So I was being able to like send that direct contact to them. Like, hopefully they actually do it. And like, yes, like our work is not just for us, and especially, in retail and product services that we do. And it's just good to know that I'm able to like pass along clients that's gonna hopefully, give them sales. And that's just like, I just hope that there's always like reciprocates back. So being able to like, yeah, this is this person here. Like I have Felix earrings on, and my mom's vault on. So it's just like, that's positive. So it's just being able to do that. But because I do know a lot of other Navajo business owners, they ask like, what if, I need help here. I'm like, well, I need help too. But you go see Change Lab. They're like, do you know people there? I'm like, yeah, I got Jessica, Swarvoski. I'm like, I got people. Like, go see them. Because there's only so much I could do. I can only share my experience and what have worked and have not worked here on Navajo. But because there is a organization that's built for our people that know exactly what us Navajo business owners need and the struggles that we are dealing with, we all go through it, but have an organization like Change Labs, being able to use you guys as a source so that I can have others go to you guys, that really helps too, because like there's only so many answers I can do. You guys have all the resources to help them. I can just tell them my horror stories and hopefully they don't follow it. Do better than me. Farther than me.
What was the question again?
What unlikely or unexpected connection led you to a pleasant surprise for yourself, or your business, or for Change Lab, or someone else in your network?
I don't know, like the networks that I'm in, it's very small. There's only a few of us doing this kind of work, so we kind of already know each other. I can't really say, because for me, like I've been building networks outside of Change Labs, off of the brands. And so for me, most of it has been bringing those connections to, how I can see them helping the Navajo Nation, or at least Change Labs, mission. And so that's how I've been, using my network for that. But unpleasant surprises, not really sure. I mean, or at least not unpleasant, but just just kind of random. I haven't really had one yet, not yet. But if I have one, I'll let y'all know. If there's something, I'm sure we're going to be, chatting about this sometime in the future. If you guys come to any of our events and we're talking about networking, maybe I'll have a story for you then.
So we do have a question by Mackenzie. She's asking, how can we get over that first non-business talk? I always seem to get stuck at small talk. Maybe I'm just scared to proceed. Oh,
that's a great question. When it comes to, I always keep in mind that all these major businesses were small at one point.
Yeah.
So knowing that, accepting that, embracing that, especially in the beauty world, I'm like, okay, well, Estee Lauder started like this, and then it turned into that. So I'm like, all right, I'll just be the native Estee Lauder, and I started here on Navajo, and then branched out and it's building. But just know that it does take time. I mean, things can happen really fast. I was in so many positions where I had awesome deals that could possibly definitely change the brand overnight. But my Nali man would say, fast money is not always good money. And I was just like, yeah, it's too good to be true. And sometimes those are also traps too. Just know that, it's just gonna take time. Like I feel like, I guess I'm a medium business. I feel like I'm like medium now. I'm not, I prepare myself. I embrace my big business energy, but I know like structure-wise, manpower-wise, we're small, but it's okay. And knowing that, it's, just in life, we have our seasons, and just always knowing that when we have so many of our way, the net way of life, like, that we can always look into it. Like, for instance, like we farm at home. So it's just like preparing the garden, the fields, and, you plant the seeds and you take care of it. We can't expect corn once we put the seed in, right? We have to wait for it. And then it comes and blossoms and big harvest. And then you could go roast your corn or make nashishi stew or whatever you want to make, So just having that mindset, like great things take time. And building any business, again, it's just, you have to prepare it, plant it, grow it, protect it, pray over it, and then in that it's going to be where it's going to be. But just know that once you do reach that next step, that it's going to be another goal. So back to farming, maybe you started with this size plot. Now you're going to do maybe an acre now, and then maybe you might do 2 acres, and then you're just going to grow and grow. So that's the type of model mindset I have when I build businesses, and just so that I can not, be too hard on myself, because, you see social media and you see things so popular. Again, I'm the Sani in the beauty world, so you're not going to see me so much on TikTok. I mean, you might see a few videos of me, but it's just like, why plain Jane little self? Like, you did that face already. Well, that's what I do. So it's just being able to do that.
She's asking, how can we get over that first non-business talk? We seem to get stuck at the small talk.
Oh, I see. Yeah, and that really, you can also prepare, so let's say you're, and this is when you want to prepare. And this is on one of the slides, is you want to, especially if you're looking for someone or a specific type of service, or what if there's something specific that you're looking for, definitely have some questions prepared. I tell this to my business coaching members that I'm coaching right now. Make sure you have your questions prepared, because, especially like when I'm talking to them about, like, well, maybe you're going to talk to an attorney about this, or maybe you're going to talk to an accountant about this. So I'm like, write down the question and just make sure you have a set of questions ready for those interactions, especially when you're talking to, if you're trying to get someone to do something special for you. For some folks, it's probably easy. I'm sure for Ahsaki, it's just like, well, I already know I need all these things. And so if I meet that person, I'm gonna ask them what it's gonna be. But if you're not really sure, I would just write them down just to make sure that you're asking the right questions, or at least you're gonna get some information that you need. And that's another way to get out of the small talk, and kind of into a certain direction. And that really builds, because they'll notice, like, okay, like they want to know more about, it shows them that you have a genuine interest, or at least you're trying to figure something out. And the big thing about business is we're all trying to solve a problem. And so if your business can do that, and that's pretty much what a lot of businesses are trying to do. And among making money, of course, but you're trying to solve a problem. That's something that this other person might be able to help you with. You might become one of their clients, or vice versa. And so that's, and so just getting prepared a little bit more, I think, would really help with that.
So we have a comment by Akila. Akila is one of our incubator alumni. She commented that I attended the AIBE 22 event, and someone remembered my pitch, and this led to me getting a consultation.
Oh, great.
That's really awesome.
Nice. Well, congratulations, Akila.
Yeah. And then we had Kara, who commented that we were able to get connected with donors and funding opportunities and instructors for future programming.
That's good. Good news. Thank you guys for sharing that.
Yeah. And then Kara's response to our poll, she commented a 3. She said, just have to work on the introvert tendencies and also figuring out a common language to send a clearer message. Karen Armstrong comments, "This is awesome. Thank you for your guidance and all the information." Hector says the same thing. "Thank you for this. Definitely got some good pointers regarding networking." Top response to our poll, 3 out of 5. "I need to get out there more, work on a way to get business out on social media. This has been some great guidance. Thank you all so much."
Yeah, that's good.
And then we have a comment from Holly. Holly is actually one of our Change Labs business coach for Change Labs, who says, "You make a great point. Just remember, business does exist in our Navajo communities. It's not just outside. That sometimes means participating in community, chapter houses, understanding what's going on, and how we can better help businesses existing on Navajo to continue to grow here in Navajo."
Yeah, definitely.
And everyone's saying Navajo too, but Change Labs does work with Hopi nations as well.
Oh yes, yes.
So I don't want to feel any of our Hopi members to feel excluded. Heather comments, "On a scale of 1 to 5, I'm a 3, 4-ish, depending on the environment."
Thank you.
Good. And then Mackenzie commented, "I feel I'm at a 3 now."
Okay.
Ooh, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Awesome.
All right. Next slide. I think there's one more slide.
Oh, questions.
Question. Oh yeah. And then one more slide after that. Was there any? So I think those were all the questions. But yeah, thank you everyone for taking some time out of your holiday season here with us. The end of 2023.
Yes.
And this next year I think is going to be big for a lot of folks. And we're definitely here at Change Labs. We're ready for this next year. And if you have any questions, for Ahsaki, here's her contact email. And then here's my email as well. If you're interested in, finding some loan money or some capital for your business, if you have any questions around that, around kinship lending, how the program works, what we can help you with, definitely reach out to me. If you have any of those questions, and here's our website too, nativestartup.org. Not only do we have kinship lending, we have a lot of different resources, and Raquel went through them in the beginning. But if you want to reach out or go through the website, see all the resources that we can offer, we have so many different things that we offer. The business coaching sessions, I think, are one of the really cool features that we have. The one-on-one time, that I think that's really that I think is really helpful. Especially, definitely get your questions prepared. And all of those are on our events page on nativestartup.org, as well as other events that we're throwing as hosting. And yes, if you have any questions, my contact information is there. Did you have anything else for the audience members?
Yeah, so you guys see my email. Definitely use me as a resource. I am here to help the best I can. I do travel a lot, so email is gonna be the best thing to do. We can schedule a quick Google Meet if you need to. I'm here. I've opened a store in Winter Rock, closed it. So open in Gallup, open, close it. Thanks, pandemic. But if you guys do need any help, navigating on Navajo, be happy to share my story with you. So if you can pick it's gonna be a sad story, not sad, but it's a hard story. But if you're able to pick and choose what you need out of it, so that you can, find a way around it and open up a bigger door for you, see what did not work for me. And then, I'm here as a reference book. So, I've been there, done it, dealt with everything, Winter Rock, all of it. So I'm here, I've done it, and I have no problem doing it again, but, I'm here to help anybody that's willing to want help. So yeah, I'm here. If you need coffee, makeup, logistics, I'm your girl. Saddles, I'm your girl.
I'll be back.
I'll do both. Well, no, I should have Scosco for inviting me and letting me share my stories with y'all. And, looking forward to working with everyone who wants to continue to make change throughout Navajo Nation and throughout Native nations and global. Why not stop? We had to start somewhere. We're here at home. Let's take over. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you guys so
Well,
much.
have a great holiday season, everyone. Be safe out there.
All right. I just have one last slide to share, but most of everybody logged off. It's just a reminder that we have been recording this session, so will be available on YouTube if you missed any part of our presentation today. Our YouTube channel is Change Labs at YouTube. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to any of us. We had Holly from our team here today. We also had one of our business coaches, Tim Deal, on our call today. It looks like, oh yeah, Tim's here. And a lot of our alumni members are on here. So if you want to comment really quickly what business you're from, what you have going on right now, there's very, very like infinite possibilities of collaboration and working together, and especially those that you may not seem to, don't seem likely, is what I'm trying to say. And then Change Labs, of course, is here to help facilitate any connection if you're looking for someone and to serve services, someone in product making, not just on the reservation, we have connections outside as well. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. We are here for you. We will be closed next week, starting after tomorrow. Our office will be closed, but we will be back in the new year on the 2nd. I don't have the business coaching sessions on the website right now, just because we're transitioning from Monday to Tuesday. So in the next couple of days, just give me a couple of days to get them all uploaded again, and we will have our coaching sessions for 2024 up on the calendar. All right, guys. Thank you, everyone, for commenting. Valerie, Mackenzie, Kim, thank you for being here. Oh, massage therapist from Phoenix. That's awesome. And she has a location in Albuquerque. That's very convenient. That's my email here, Raquel@nativestartup.org. Just don't forget the C in there. I know a lot of people have missed that one right there. And I'm trying to kill time because we have until 1:30. A big fan of Ahsaki and her business. Same here. All right, everyone. I'm going to log everybody off. Thank you all. Please have a safe holiday. We look forward to seeing everyone in the new year. And please stay tuned for any future events we have coming up.